In this video guide, we're going to see how we can generate 3D models using simple images or photos taken with our smartphone. We're going to use this service, this technology here, which is called Polycam. This is the website, which is poly.com. And you can find a lot of information here on how to use it on objects or interiors, exteriors. You have a free version here and a pro version, and you will find all the information here. We're going to use the free version so that you can do this really quick, simple, and free. And this is photogrammetry, basically, it's called, and it's the technique to get 3D models from 2D images. You'll find also free 3D models from the community. You can participate, you can, if you want, you can share, you can upload in other services. You can use the various formats, but if you want to use the free version, you will have to use the GLP format, but I'm going to show you this later. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what you can scan in your home or in your work. You can then clean up a little bit the model using some 3D software. Otherwise, it's going to look like pretty much like this, like pieces of floor or things like that. But we're gonna do an example. Of course, like anything else in the future, this technology will definitely be updated and will evolve. But at the moment, it looks pretty fine, and you need to be a little bit more expert to create a nice and clean 3D model. But you can start with this, and then you can proceed, for example, with Blender already. And in the future, probably this will use more artificial intelligence to create higher quality models and more precise and so on. Now, we can go in the smartphone, in our smartphone. This is where all happens. So we're going to use a smartphone here. We're going to go to the Play Store, download the app, which is Polycam 3D Scanner. This is the one that you want to download. And then when you're ready, you can open it up. The first time is going to ask you to register. So you need a username or an email, and you need to set a password, and then you can specify here what you do. So in this case, I'm just going to go for really simple, having fun. And well, it is fun, it is entertaining. So you can use this just for entertainment, but you can use this also for other purposes, to create models for a video game, for example, or for a rendering, for architectural visualization, industrial design, whatever. So now this is showing us, this brief introduction is showing us what we need to do, which is really simple. We just need to frame the object that we want to recreate in 3D, and we're gonna start to capture in different angles, from different angles, using a video or using a series of pictures. And this is also giving you an explanation of where you need to position the smartphone and take pictures. So get all the angles that you can. Now we're gonna go forward. We need to give the permission to Polycam to use photos and record videos. And so also the location if you want. And well, it's your choice. So I'm just gonna say to do this one more time. And now the camera is on. So what I need to do is get an object. Okay, so I found this kind of horse statue in my house. I think it's gonna be perfect for this example. So what I'm doing here is just recording. I can switch down there from camera to video in the button below. And then when I'm ready, I will click on record and start capturing images. You can see down there the count of the pics that are being saved in the memory. So that will be used to create the 3D. So the more you take, the more pictures you take, the more precise will be the model. Now I'm just jumped a little bit forward. You can see here I've taken like 63 images. Actually, I've used the record video, and this was done automatically. And then the details there, you can say medium, full, raw, or optimize. Well, let's try with full. And you can see I had other 7 pictures that I could use before actually going into the professional version, into the pro version. So I've taken 63, I can take 60 images, 70 images. I will also activate here this object masking to when you have more detailed objects, small objects. And then when I'm ready, I'm gonna go for the upload and process. Or I can do upload later. Now I just need to wait. The images will be uploaded and then there will be also a processing time. Again, I skip forward a little bit and this is the result, which is pretty good because it took me like 2 minutes to record the video, and like from all the angles as it was illustrated and suggested. And this is my object. It has these white spots on the bottom because I didn't actually went also in the other side. So well, the more accurate you are in taking those pictures, the more the model will be precise and near to reality. But I think that it's really close to the object that I have in reality. So this is amazing job doing this 3D modeling just by taking pictures with a smartphone. Now, if you click on the top there, you can assign some information. So I'm gonna call this project here a statue. You can add it to the album. You can clean raw data that you don't want. There you have those 3 dots. You can upload it if you click on the little cloud, and you can export it using different formats. Now, this is really interesting because from here you can then continue in Cinema 4D, 3D Studio Max, Blender, and all other 3D software. So you can use it for really any purpose. And if you want, in the channel, you'll find video courses that will explain to you how to use many different software like SketchUp or Maya. So there are really a lot of software out there, 3D software, also Unreal Engine and so on. So you can see that all of these formats are with the professional version. You can only export GLTF and video, which can be fine because if you have, again, Blender or other 3D software, they will read GLB and GLTF. Now, GLTF and GLB are the most popular open source 3D file format. So if you go in the Sketchfab, which is a let's say platform where you can either upload or download or either buy or sell 3D stuff, you can do it with the GLTF and GLB format. And we're gonna do another video guide dedicated to how you can upload a file in Sketchfab. And you can search for video guides in the channel if you're interested. Just type the topic that you wanna look for. You will find it definitely in the channel. If you don't, write in the comments your questions. Also, you can give suggestions to other users. And so you can navigate here the scene. You can upload it. You can share it. You can use the fingers. So 2 fingers will zoom in, zoom out if you open them and close them. And 1 finger will orbit around. So you can go just back and forward here. You can save different projects. And you can create a new one if you press on the plus icon. And then you have the tools at the bottom. You have a ruler. If you want, you can take the measurement of this model, and if it's not correct, you can rescale it so you can have like the original size. And you can then this is the rescale, so you can define the current distance, and then you can define the expected distance by just typing the measure there. So pretty handy tool. You can process again the entire set of images. You can measure, you can rotate. So if it's a little bit, let's say, well, if it's not in the correct position, essentially, you can rotate it. But you can do this also in the 3D software where you will export it if you are using another 3D software. And I suggest you do it because you definitely need to clean up this 3D scene right here. If you just want the horse, you don't want the wooden floor or any other objects around, you need to go and clean it up in a 3D software or something. You can continue to create more. You can take where you left off this project right here if you use the extend icon again down there in the tools. So that's pretty much it for the smartphone app. It's really easy to use. Again, it's really simple, really fast. and I think it's doing a great job in creating the 3D model. So let's go for the export now. I want to export in GLTF, so I'm gonna click there, and it's gonna ask me how do I want to export it essentially. So you can share, and I will use essentially the Gmail, and this is just gonna be a link that you can copy and paste in any web browser, and then so I'm gonna use Gmail just to show you. So I received a link from Gmail. Just copy and paste the link in a web browser, and there you go. So I can now download. So I'm gonna download it in my computer, and this is gonna be actually GLB format, not GLTF, but they are pretty similar. And so I'm gonna create a folder here where I can store my models. So just wanna, this is not GLTF, so I'm gonna create a new one, call it GLB, and there I'm gonna store my file, which is gonna be called statue raw, because again, this is a kind of a raw format. You need to work on it. And I'm gonna show you real quick how you can import it in Blender. So you can download Blender for free. You can use it for free. You will find a video course in Blender in our channel, among other 3D software. If you're interested, so you can go from beginner to expert. And then I'm gonna go to File, Import, and select the GLTF GLB format. Navigate into the folder where I have stored the file. There you go, selected, import, and that's it. The job is done. There's my model right there, and you can see it's not oriented in a correct way. So I'm gonna just rotate it real quick here in Blender using the X, Epsilon, and Z axis. So red, green, and blue. I can change visualization, so I can see the structure, the polygonal structure, which is made of triangles. So you can see here, this is the high detail. Probably with a small row, you will have less. And here I can switch also to the shaded, so I can see the materials, the textures are there. Everything has been done automatically. I didn't do anything. Everything is already set up for us. So this is a really great starting point to create our model. And this is the rendered version, and I can then select the light, for example, and use the lights in the scene. So you can see it's working perfectly, just like any other 3D model in Blender. And so this is, again, just a starting point for you. If you want to learn Blender, you will find all the video lessons and the entire video course in the channel so that you can do more than this. But this is, again, just a guide to show you how to go from real object in real life and then move on into 3D, and just by using your smartphone and simple picture. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and if you want to support us a little bit, you can join the channel. As a supporter, leave your comments, questions, suggestions for other users. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video guide.